Well, hello, 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 hello. This is Prophet West coming to you again, and I had something interesting to happen to me today, not too long ago, and I want to explain how to recognize spiritual warfare and how to recognize how the devil's adversary just mad at you, angry at you, because if he's not angry at you, he won't attack you. Because if he's not attacking, that means he already got you. Like those in the world, those that don't know him, that are lost, he already got them. And so there's no threat there, because he only attacks when he's a threat. When people are talking about you, when you feel like things are trying to get you to do something wrong, when something is always trying to attack you or attack your body or try to get you to be quiet, when you want to do certain things for God, and when you find yourself falling asleep or something come up as an excuse and you don't end up doing that, that's all warfare. See, because the adversary never wants you to do anything that's going to get you close to God. Never. When it comes to praying, when it comes to anything, fasting, anything that's positive, the devil ain't going to do it. The devil ain't going to do it. The devil ain't going to say bless you. The devil ain't going to do stuff like that. There's certain things. Now, he will have a counterfeit where it might appear a certain way, but he ain't going to go through with it. He ain't gonna go through with it, and if there's something that he's trying to go through with it, there's a hook in it. It's almost like eating an apple. Now the apple looks good, but inside the apple there's poison, and so you might eat the apple. The apple looks good, but once it gets into your system, then that's when it does damage. And so that's what the adversary does. Once he gets into your system, that's when he do damage. And so now he's gonna look good, and because even the Bible says he comes as an angel light. He's gonna come looking good. He's going to come exactly how you like it, tailor-made. This is why you have to be prayed up and watch as well as pray. Watch, not just mean your eyes open physically, but it means to be aware. It's to be vigilant. It's to be spiritually in tune. When your eyes open, that means you're in tune with rhythm. You can see, you can feel, you can sense what's happening. You can sense what's taking place because your eyes are open. Because when your eyes are open and when you're in tune with God, God's always speaking to you, because he's always on the line, because you're having communication with them. You know, our prayer is to call in near. That means that God is near, and all you got to do is reach out. And so this is what happened to me today. Tell you what happened to me today, and I'm going to be done with this. I got attacked. Friday, I put my car in the shop. Some work done or whatever. I put it in the shop, and I talked to the person that had done nothing to the car. And so I called today to ask the person I'm going to pick my car up, because there's certain things that I want to do on my car, but I was going to do it in the future. And I told them, well, it's not wise for me right now to do that. And so they said, okay, cool. And so I called the person, and they told me, okay, and they didn't do nothing with the car. Then a few minutes later, the person called me back and tell me, no. Oh, we got the car done. Now, bear in mind, when I initially called, it took me about 10 minutes to even talk to the manager. And then once I was able to talk to the manager, then, the manager was talking and saying, well, I need this, I need that, and whatever. And so it's crazy, because when I went to the store to pick up my car, now they didn't call me or nothing like that. I'm thinking, if there's any charge, I mean, it's just to the diagnostic or whatever. I get there, and they're trying to charge me an ridiculous price. Bear in mind, this is the place where I've done all my business over the years. But now this new person there. Now I know all the other people, but this new person who's the manager. And so the manager, when I get there, someone else was there, one of the employees, showed me the bill, told me what was going on. I said, well, no, I can't do that. So the manager came up, and I talked to the manager, and I said, basically, you lied to me. Because on the phone, you was telling me one thing, but then all of a sudden, oh, it's his charge. And I told the manager, I don't have no problem with, paying what's right. But my issue was, initially, you tried to see me, you lied to me. See, because she said, well, because when I called, she said, with nothing done. But then she called me back probably a minute or 2 minutes later saying that, oh, it's done. Or something's done or something like that. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, maybe you're trying to hustle me. And that's what I told her. I said, well, I don't know you. You know, I know everybody else, I don't know you. You might be trying to hustle me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with paying, but it's the principle. And so the lady started attacking me, angry, upset, and all this. And then you're talking about, you're trying to say that, trying to talk to my credibility as far as paying or whatever. And I told her that I've paid for years. I even put an engine in at this one particular place. And so it's not a problem, a credibility. And on top of that, I told this person I never had an issue with no one, never there. Just so happened I got an issue with you because the truth of the matter is I just told you, you told me untruth. And when I asked her, you know, when I was talking to her, she was become angry because she said that I called her a liar. So basically she knew she was wrong, and the fact that I called her out, and so she wanted to blow smoke and try to deflect off the topic. And the topic of all of it was, ma'am, person, you lied to me. So just tell the truth. We had a conversation. So when we got to the store, her story was totally different because she was trying to get some money. And it was the principle of it. And so and she was getting angry, and I said, man, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry? Oh, because you called me a liar. Well, you did tell me the truth. And so to make a long story short, the person got so mad that she said, well, you don't have to pay nothing. Just go on. And I went after that. And just take your business somewhere else. I said, okay, all right. And and so that was the adversary trying to get me. First of all, trying to hustle me, didn't communicate with me. And then when I call him out, gonna try to jump on me. But I stood my ground. I was honest. I just called it out. And that person got angry. I was just telling the truth. And so what happened, I walked out with my keys. But in this season, what you have to realize that you're gonna be attacked. Stuff gonna come that you ain't gonna anticipate sometime, or you may not even expect. But just always be ready, and just know that don't take stuff natural. Don't take this the person getting mad at me. Is that person? No, it's that you gotta think about the spirit. What is causing that person to do that? Why is that person? What is making that person act like that? Why is that person attacking you when you hadn't done nothing wrong? So you have to look at the origin of why you're being attacked. And see, the devil, he wants to attack you. He wants to get you out of your game. He wants you to lose your testimony. He wants you to do stuff and say stuff that God didn't tell you to do, and become frustrated and lose your promise. But remember, when stuff happens to you, when people talk about you, when things come at you, and people try to hustle you and try to take advantage of you, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal in the sense of that person. Look at that spirit and speak to that spirit and deal with that spirit. See, because the Bible said we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. You need to realize that. But you wrestle against spiritual wickedness, principalities, powers, darkness, rulers of darkness. There are things that are out there that you can't see with your natural eyes, but it comes through your mind. It comes through your emotions and your moods. This is why God is telling us we need self-control, temperance, because the adversary is using our five senses, our moods, our attitudes to become the distraction, weigh in, and we don't hear God and lose what God has for us. But so keep your eyes open, vigilant, and know and recognize when you're being attacked. Don't take everything personal. Don't just respond real fast like that. Recognize the adversary. Don't fly off the handle, but recognize what it is and call it out. Call that demon out. When a person is lying, they're lying. When the devil is lying, he's a liar. Call him out. And he's going to get mad. Anytime you're doing for God, he's going to get mad. And when you're doing the will of God, you're a threat. All kind of stuff going to happen to you. But just stay focused. God bless you. Got to go.